This is a big deal for the Cowboys because this is a guy they've invested a second-round pick in. This is a guy that never quite lived up to that, had injuries that caused problems for him, and to be quite honest, Mike, now you know more that you don't have that option of him coming back and being here on a cheap deal. It's not going to happen. So now the investment is going to be, how are you going to replace that? Are you going to go out in free agency and buy a better one? Or are you going to wait for the draft and say this is the way that we're going to fill this void?
I think the Cowboys are pretty predictable in how they do this. I don't think they're going to fill the void in free agency. That's not what they've done in a good close to 10 years, I feel like, when it comes to this free agency period. And because guys are signing so quick and so fast here, what the Cowboys are going to do is they're going to wait another 5 to 10 days for all the players that didn't get the deals that they wanted and are still out there and are considered third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier wide receivers or free agents and cornerbacks. And they're going to sign one of those guys, and it might be like a Ha-Ha Clinton Dix that doesn't even make the team when you're ready to play week 1. But, I feel like this opens the door for Jordan Lewis to come back because I felt like they were going to keep one of them, but not both of them. So I would say, unless we start hearing some news on Jordan Lewis, I could see where after 4 or 5 days, Jordan Lewis, who was for a third-round pick, a below-average player in the third round, that the Cowboys are able to bring him back for a little bit cheaper than what Chido signed with Cincinnati, something like 3 years, $10 million. And so they do have him. They would have Anthony Brown. They would have Diggs. And then I think the very predictable thing is because there's 3 cornerbacks to pick from with the 10th pick, they're going to take one of the 3 cornerbacks with the 10th pick.
877-881-1053. When it comes to Chido, I just saw this come in. I'm glad that Chido's gone. And I want to know why. Like, what is it? Because you didn't like his play? Because he wasn't on the field enough? What is it that you're glad that Chido's gone? I wanted more from him. I really wanted to see the pick work out. And that's something that I didn't want to have to pay to see it finally happen. Like, Mike, we talk about that constantly. When it comes to our draft picks, we want to see them do well on cheap contracts so the team can be successful. But I really did want to see what he was supposed to turn into. I'll be honest. Coming out of the draft, I did not have him ranked as a second-round pick whenever I was doing my charts. And whenever everybody was telling me, no, this dude is this, I was like, I didn't quite see it. Maybe there was some more growth and development that he was supposed to get whenever he got to the NFL. But I didn't quite see it, and he never lived up to it. So I really wanted to finally see what that guy was supposed to live up to. Now, I want to see also what the number is, like his money number, so that I can see what the Cowboys either were unwilling to spend or maybe he just didn't want to come back to the Cowboys. Like maybe he was looking at this thing saying, there's no way that I'm going to go back to that squad, or he didn't have a place here anymore. I'm not quite sure there, but I want to know why did he not play well enough for you to think that he can grow into something, or were you just done and giving up on it?
Well, I'm not happy he's gone. I'm not disappointed he's gone either. He was a guy that dealt with injuries. He dealt with different secondary coaches. He dealt with different defensive coordinators. He dealt with a lot of different injuries that would have him on the sideline, and it's tough to create consistency when you're playing for 4 weeks, down for 2 weeks, back for 3 weeks, out for 4 weeks, type of deal that his career ended up being so far, at least his Dallas Cowboy career. So it's one of those things where, he's okay when he's on the field. He's not good. He doesn't see the ball. It's really weird how many times he was in position to make a play on the ball but never could find the ball. So I'm not disappointed he's gone, but I'm not happy he's gone either.
Go ahead, Rich.
No, I was just going to say, I wonder how much of the happy that this guy or any other guys on the defense end up going is just like the bad feelings associated with the bad defenses that have been on the field the last few years, right? Anybody who's really associated with that, I can understand how people go, yeah, I'd just much rather not see that name anymore, Like, I'd much rather not see that nameplate on highlights as somebody who goes by him anymore.
Who is the one name that is the biggest lightning rod for this team then? Chido wasn't it.
Smith.
Yeah, Jalen Smith without a doubt.
Jalen and then Tank's the second guy, right? Like Tank gets because he gets paid, he's the second guy to get that much traction.
Yeah, because Jalen, I'm not going to make a bad joke. Go ahead.